Here is the truth nobody ever told you. You don't sabotage your life because you're weak. You sabotage your life because your nervous system believes destruction is safer than uncertainty. Most people think self-sabotage is a failure of discipline, motivation, or intelligence. It's not. It's a survival mechanism, distorted, outdated, but still survival. You learned early that hope is dangerous, that change is unpredictable, that wanting more leads to disappointment. So your mind built a strategy: break yourself before life can break you. That way the pain is familiar, controlled, expected. This is the foundation of Part 8, the chapter that explains why you fear success more than failure, why you cling to habits that destroy you, why you walk away from opportunities you once prayed for. Your brain isn't working against you, it's protecting you from a future it doesn't trust. That's why when things start going well, you don't feel excited, you feel uncomfortable, you overthink, you doubt, you procrastinate, you create conflict, you disappear, you numb yourself with your favorite dopamine escape, anything to kill momentum before it forces you to evolve into someone unfamiliar. Because evolution requires emotional courage your past never allowed you to develop, and success requires vulnerability. Vulnerability terrifies your nervous system. Here's the darkest part. Your mind isn't addicted to pain. It's addicted to patterns, even if those patterns are killing you. Your nervous system would rather live in predictable misery than unpredictable possibility. That's why people stay in toxic relationships, stay in dead careers, stay in the same habits year after year, not because they enjoy suffering, but because they fear the unknown more than the pain they already understand. Pain becomes routine, chaos becomes comfort, destruction becomes identity, and dopamine reinforces all of it. Dopamine rewards you for escaping responsibility. It rewards you for avoiding emotional risk. It rewards you for staying in the past. It rewards you for remaining the person your trauma trained you to be. That's why change feels violent, because it threatens the entire psychological structure that kept you emotionally safe for years. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not hopeless. You're terrified. Terrified of the version of yourself you could become. Terrified of your own potential. Terrified of the responsibility that comes with no longer having excuses. Because once you change, you can't blame your past. You can't hide behind trauma. You can't live as a victim of history. You must become the author of your future. And that is one of the heaviest responsibilities a human can carry. Part 8 exposes another truth. You destroy progress because progress forces self-confrontation, and self-confrontation forces you to see the parts of yourself you've spent years avoiding. The insecurity, the guilt, the regret, the potential you never lived up to. Change doesn't just require discipline. Change requires grief. Grief for the person you used to be. And grief is something most people never learned how to process. So instead of evolving, they retreat. Instead of building, they distract. Instead of transforming, they self-destruct. Because destruction feels easier than rebirth. But here's the paradox. The pain of staying the same eventually becomes louder than the fear of becoming someone new. And that moment, when the scales shift, is when transformation finally begins. Your identity must collapse before it strengthens. Your habits must die before discipline forms. Your comfort must fail you before ambition awakens. This isn't motivation, it's psychological law. Humans rarely change until staying the same becomes unbearable. And you feel that now. The restlessness, the anxiety, the discomfort, the sense that something in your life doesn't match who you truly are. That's not failure, that's awakening. Part 8 ends with this truth. The life you want is on the other side of the self you are afraid to let go of. You don't become disciplined by force. You become disciplined when you stop protecting the identity that keeps you weak. You are not stuck. You are loyal to a version of yourself that no longer deserves you. You can walk away. You can rebuild. You can evolve into someone your past self could never imagine. But first, your old self has to die. And part 8 is where that death finally begins.